WRTR Real Talk Radio. Featured guest DJs. Original shows. Music news. The hottest DJs from around the world.
A wise person once said, if the undercarriage tastes like soap, but the neck is salty, they probably just washed up in your sink. Yep. Just saying. A wise person. It wasn't me.
Okay. It wasn't Confucius.
It wasn't me, though.
Gandhi,
but I am Marcus Smoots. Hello.
What's up, you guys? My name is Miss Lyric Bravado. How you doing?
And we are welcoming you all to a new week here on WRTR. So you don't notice Tigger Man because, well, that ninja ain't here. But we are going to carry on the show without him. It's been a minute since you and I have done the show by ourselves.
Indeed.
I'm excited. Let's be ratchet.
Looking forward to it.
Let
the chaos begin.
Let's be back. All right. So a lot has happened since our last podcast because we took a break. Our schedules be scheduling, and we don't always have schedules that align with one another. That's why Tigger Man ain't here now. So, yeah. I mean, it just is what it is. We're going to try to keep consistent for you guys and for ourselves because, like we've mentioned before, this show is therapeutic. And allows us to be social because I moved over here to Baltimore where niggas from DC act like they need flight plans to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, just saying.
Very much so.
Uh-huh.
And security.
I don't know, because DC been looking a little. It's been looking a little.
Listen, I be in the house.
I hear you. Y'all babies. Oh wait, I forgot to ask. How's your mood this week?
My mood is actually pretty good this week. Thank you for asking me that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really chill. I do have a show this Friday.
Ooh.
Where is that? In Fort Washington at the B&G Tavern.
Nice.
My band. So, yeah, I'm still writing for my personal project that I'm doing. And I start school September 2nd.
Oh my.
And I'm really excited.
Back to school. We're excited for you. And
yes.
I mean, I'm telling you, we moving on up.
Yes, indeed. How was your week? How's your mood?
Okay, so my week has been crazy because at my full-time job, somebody is on vacation. So that puts a lot more on me. As far as my mood, it's made me, I don't know, between watching stuff unfold online and just reading some of the comments and the headlines and the news, this political climate, I'm at an all-time high, but it's like bittersweet because I know what the stakes are. Mm-hmm. And when it's political for me, I get involved a little bit more. It's sort of my thing. I like it. It's all right.
Yeah.
Brings me joy. So,
good.
Anyway.
Good. And what's your mood like, Tigger Man? Oh, he's not here.
Yeah, that's because he's a slacker.
I do have a message for him later on, though.
All right. Speaking of messages, y'all babies out here, they're back in school, and y'all have not let us not know because y'all been posting the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, I had no idea how many kids are in uniforms nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I love it.
Do you?
I absolutely
school
do.
Shopping. Y'all don't have to do a whole lot.
No, it's not even the point of doing a whole lot. It just makes it easier in the morning. You don't have to worry about, I don't have nothing to wear. What am I going to wear? You already know. You know what I'm saying? So the transition from waking up, getting ready, and getting on that bus is so much easier with uniforms, in my opinion.
I never thought about it like that. So for me, when I heard that they were putting uniforms in select places, because they started that bullshit enforcing it right after I graduated. So I didn't ever have to see any of that. But just from a broader standpoint for me, I was looking at it okay, so your babies that already stink and don't like to wash their ass, you done gave them a further reason now to not wash their ass and be even more stink. So, shout outs to y'all. Oh shit! Woo! Alrighty, let's go into the black fact. You want to go first for me?
I sure can. Mine's a little lengthy and it's a little sad also, but I want everybody, when I read this black fact, to just take some time, to remember this day. Today, August 28th, was actually the day of Emmett Till's murder. For those who have been living under a rock and don't know who Emmett Till is, he was a 14-year-old child who was brutally murdered after being accused of whistling and groping and verbally threatening a white woman.
Stuff y'all do every day.
Right. A couple other facts in regards to this. Emmett Till's anti-lynching act made a federal hate crime. Joe Biden, y'all's president, made this happen on March 29th, 2022. Wow. Also, in 2007, in an interview, Carolyn Bryant Donham, which is the lady who accused Emmett, admitted her accusation was a bold-faced lie.
As most are.
Mm-hmm. She passed away at 88 from cancer that ate her ass from the rooter to the tutor on April 25th, 2023.
So she's been living with this information for
decades.
How many years?
Decades.
And
it was 24 when this incident happened.
Yeah. And I mean, it goes to show isn't it funny how the same people that make these arguments about how we need to get over stuff and how, this and these stories keep happening. Not only do they keep happening, but like we haven't even gotten justice for people like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we never will. However, his murder became a major rallying point for the civil rights movement. He was, his picture was taken in his casket on purpose by his mom, who wanted to display his body as a way to bring awareness to the civil injustices in the South. The one who took his picture, his name is David Jackson, and he published that infamous picture in Jet magazine, and then it was also published in the Chicago Defender.
Yeah.
So,
and that
black facts.
Yeah, that's for y'all white people out there to be, listening to this, trying to, figure out what different phrases and stuff mean. You've heard it in the rap lyrics about Emmett Till. Now you know. All righty. My turn. Black fact. I want to talk about Megan Peace, who became the first black woman puppeteer on Sesame Street in 2020. And she was the role of the Gabriella, the 6-year-old black girl Muppet.
Yep. I know who that is.
Since 2021. So she's been a puppeteer since she was young and was inspired by female performances at puppetry conferences. Wow. So she's performed in Cincinnati and around the country, and has also appeared in The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and America's Got Talent. So I wanted to give y'all that little bit of black fact.
And that is absolutely where I saw her at, America's Got Talent. I remember her auditioning and her getting on the show. And it's so amazing to see the start of somebody's career, to see where they are now.
Yep.
It is groundbreaking because her character for Sesame Street really gave a face for little black girls who didn't really see themselves. And the whole hair washing scene that she had was very emotional for me, because I was like, oh my gosh, I remember those days.
Representation. Yep. And you know what? That's why, okay, so I know everybody be I'm gonna take a jump here, but I know how everybody be getting irritated and stuff with the commercials now because commercials always show interracial families and diverse families and inclusion and everything. Everybody's like, oh, why do we need to see this shit every commercial? I mean, I get it, diversity, blah blah blah. But these are the reasons, because just like you said, as a grown woman, you sit there just like, oh my God, it made me so emotional. So think about how that feels to somebody that's so much younger.
Yep.
That is why I don't give them too much hell. But y'all be getting carried away with some of them. Anyways, more to come. If it were lyric, up next.
Please allow me to circle back to this, because I ain't forgot how Republicans spent days pinning the attempted assassination on Democrats and leftists, blatantly trying to incite violence against us. They said that we were responsible for spreading rhetoric about Trump that caused somebody to want to take aim at him. The rhetoric in question is us telling the truth about his continuous assaults on democracy, as well as his tyrannical, bigoted ass platform. Facts that were once acknowledged by the man he has now chosen as his running mate, JD flip-flopping ass Vance. He has been recorded calling Trump America's Hitler. Marjorie Taylor Greene, with her violent ghetto ass, tweeted about how we're all predators and how we are responsible for almost murdering the actual predator. Why is a sitting politician allowed to do that? All of this only for it to be proven that the shooter belongs to the very group that Trump panders to, radicalized, rifle-toting white men. There are even things that point to him being a Republican. After the incident, Democrats immediately started posting phony-ass bullshit messages calling for unity and denouncing political violence. Not one Republican came back to walk back the statements they made about the left, though. But why would they? These are the same people who have been threatening us with a one-sided civil war if Trump loses, which really means that they plan to brutalize marginalized people and their political opponents. And now the same demographic that will call you a sheep for wearing a mask during a pandemic is now walking around with maxi pads on their ears for an imaginary injury. We are in a simulation. Now, since we're all against political violence, can we spare a moment to talk about 200,000 Palestinians that have been murdered? Or what about the fact that the same rifle that was used in the attempted assassination was used to kill children at Uvalde? No gun control, though. Sounds like political violence to me.
Maybe not what you should do, but definitely she would if it were lyric.
I'm back with my segment of If It Were Lyric, where I give my 2 cents about all relationships, situationship, and friendship advice. If you guys want to continue me answering your difficult questions, please send me all of your emails, my email at lyricbravado@gmail.com. You can also DM me on Twitter, now called X, Facebook, and Instagram, and I will be sure to answer them as they come in. All right, so the first one that I have is entitled Sexually Inappropriate Coworker.
Here we go.
All right. And it reads, Hey Lyric, I'm just looking for some advice. I am in a very happy marriage with my husband, married 10 years. We were at a work party for his job on the weekend. One of my husband's closest work colleagues was there, and he's a nice guy and I know him quite well, but his partner wasn't with him at the party. We spent a lot of time talking with him, and he said in front of my husband that, hey, you sure do have a beautiful wife. Another time during the party, he was standing close to me while I was sitting, and he leaned his arm behind me, and I could feel his hand gently touching my back. Then apparently he had been asking my husband before the party if I was coming or not. My husband said this in front of him, and he got quite flustered, saying that he just needed to finalize numbers coming, even though he wasn't organizing the party. Not sure what I'm asking, but I felt very uneasy after all of it, and I don't know how to act around him in the future. Am I reading into this too much? Please help. Princess from Las Vegas, Nevada. Girl, no, he's groping you.
Who wrote this? Tyler Perry?
No. I don't know. Princess from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
Yes, if anytime that you feel that something is inappropriate, then it is. Point blank and period. If it's invading your personal space and you feel uncomfortable, then you have every right to speak up and say something. He is totally out of line. And if you don't feel comfortable, letting him know, like, boundaries, you need to inform your husband of what happened, so he could take care of it. Because no, that is not okay. Nobody has the right to touch your body without your consent. It's your body. And if you feel uncomfortable, definitely say something. That's not something that you hold in. The longer you hold it in, the more he's going to take that as a green light, if you will, to continue this behavior. And that's not okay. Nip it in the bud now before it gets worse and you have to kick the shit out of somebody.
Now, what about the backlash, though, that she might get, or that her husband might get, by way of her saying something to, old boy or something? What if he decides to take it left or starts treating her husband, or her partner a certain type of way? She didn't say husband or not.
The beautiful thing about that is he has an HR department that he can always report to. So if something is going on, regardless if it happened to his wife, because he decided to say something about it and the person decides to then do something out of spite, he has a whole HR department that he can talk to. And if the HR department doesn't do anything about it, you go over their heads and you continue up the line.
And see, that's why. So, like, for this, I was thinking of, like, more so of a HR kind of flow. 'Cause she said, well, the person that wrote it said that it was at a work function, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was at a work gathering. So I'm wondering, should her husband go like the route of, hey, HR, heads up, he's running around, grabbing my wife by the, whatever, Trump wife. And I mean,
yeah,
that might be a good idea if you think about it.
Most definitely. I just don't know how that would fare, being as though she doesn't really work there, and so it wouldn't be like a everyday occurrence for her. But I feel like if he was to say something, that would probably be giving them a heads up, just in case he did it to another female coworker or something like that.
Or in case,
I don't know the ins and outs of H&R, but I would definitely go that route.
The foot in his ass is definitely going to disrupt productivity. Tell you that.
Now, if it were me, I would have punched him right there.
Yeah.
Square up. What you're not going to do is touch my body, yaddy.
Nope.
Bloop.
No, that's it.
Period. But that's just me. Anyway, though, I hope that helped you, Princess from Las Vegas. All right. The next one is entitled, He Acting Sus as Fuck.
Oh, okay? Hell. Here we go. Y'all tapping into the phobias already. I can feel it already. This about to This one
took a lot for me to get through, because the way that it was written, I'm going to try to correct some things. But it reads, Miss Lyric, hoping you can help. I dealt with a nice man 5 years after my husband's passing. He was a nice truck driver who took me on trips. We talked over a year, finally met. And he just brought back alive my lust for love and companionship. We would talk till our phones died about any and everything. It was nice, until it wasn't. When he revealed he stayed with his kid's mom sometimes. Just flaky and sus. One night, while high as a kite, he told me stories about how she dates and he gets mad but stays, and how he does the same. It was like a soap opera. So I asked, why would you think I would want to be part of the drama? Why date if you both still want to be together? He had no answers to that question, claimed it was for the kids, so I quietly backed out of our missed dates and dropped convos. No one deserves to be on a roller coaster of emotions driven by selfish needs. Now, after months, it's me up. Hey, sweetie, how are you? Would you like to go to the movies next week?
Hey, I'm big head.
I'm good, and I pass. I don't care for your flaky ass. Was I wrong, or should I give him one more chance? By the way, love the show, and tell Tigger Man I would love to see his OnlyFans page.
Bye.
Yolanda from Denver, Colorado.
Yolanda horny.
Oh my gosh, Yolanda. I think that you should definitely listen to your female intuition and block that hoe. Because what? He's playing with your emotions. Nobody has time for that. You obviously have a good head on your shoulders, because you already said no one deserves to be on a roller coaster of emotions. And you're absolutely right. He's wasting your time. That situation needs to be that situation away from you. And you need to be with someone who doesn't have any extra attachments. Yep. Everybody's going to have some type of baggage in their life when it comes to meeting someone. However, that's a little bit too much and excessive, and nobody has time for that. Let them people be a happy, dysfunctional family without you in the mix, and find you somebody who don't have all that going on. Yeah, because it sounds to me like you're a nice looking cougar on the prowl. And yeah, go live your life. Don't be tied up in no drama unnecessary. Like, you did the right thing. Block that head.
Yeah.
Because if it were me, I would block that head. Yeah.
I agree with that. Like, just simply put. All right, so for this letter, do you want one from somebody conflicted and wanting to ask about keeping the peace, or do you want something from a teacher? I pulled two of them, but we're going to do one. Which one? The teacher? All right. Well, this one seems a little bit more upbeat anyways. All right. Dear Lyric, greetings from the front line of education in 2024. As a teacher navigating the ever-evolving landscape of modern schooling, and you write like a teacher too, okay. I find myself walking on eggshells more often than ever. Between the latest TikTok trends and the occasional AI-induced chaos, our classrooms are buzzing with all sorts of excitement and unfortunately some rather pungent aromas. You see, I've encountered a bit of a stinky situation, pun intended. Y'all are so petty. With some of my teenage students. Personal hygiene, didn't we just talk about y'all funky babies? All right, personal hygiene seems to be an elusive concept for a few and is starting to impact the learning environment. The challenge, of course, is how to address this delicate issue with the parents without causing an embarrassment or causing an offense. Here's where I could use your advice. How do I craft a lighthearted yet meaningful message to parents that encourages better hygiene practices for their teens? I want to approach the topic with humor and sensitivity, ensuring that no feelings are hurt and that everyone leaves the conversation with a smile and hopefully a fresher outlook. Your podcast, okay, she said nice things about us. Looking forward to your insights and good thoughts along the way. Warm regards, concerned but optimistic teacher.
Oh, wow. See, I would definitely craft a letter, but I don't think that people would be offended if it was sent to everybody. If it was pinpoint to just a few kids who came in there funky, then I would feel like, that's going to offend somebody. Somebody going to take that as,
Delray stinky ass mom about to have a problem.
Yeah. But if you craft it as so, and also speak with the principal and stuff like that to okay it. But if you craft it as so to where it's targeted for like everybody, this just like a heads up, I don't feel like there would be much blowback. I mean, because sometimes things have to be addressed like that, unfortunately. Yeah. Especially teenagers. And I'm speaking for my kids. Sometimes I even have to like remind mine, like, you smell like outside.
It's parenting, yeah.
You just have to. You have to stay on top of them. They're not adults. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they forget or they get so wrapped up in what they got going on that they miss a step. And it's our job as parents to guide them to make sure that they stay on track. And that's not a fault for anybody. It's just something that just needs to be addressed. And I feel as though a letter to the entire class or classes, I don't know if you teach multiple, but all of the classes, just get it out there, get her done. I don't see a problem with that, because if it were me, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point though, because people are quite antsy about, I mean, especially today. So imagine Delray's stinky ass. You already don't like him. He be coming into class sleeping. Now he got dried up drool on his face and his armpits are funky. So, and then you got to be the teacher. And then he always want something. Raise your hand. Oh no, except for you, Delray. Don't you raise your hand. Like, it's rough.
And then what I would do as a teacher, if I had the extra funds. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to do this. But
pull
if you have the extra funds.
You're going to pull a Marcus and leave it? Leave deodorant?
No, listen. I would go to Walmart, right?
Okay.
And I would make care packages, like a welcome back to school care package. And I would put those little mini deodorant joints right in that joint with a hand sanitizer, tissues. It's a way to do things tactfully and get your point across without offending people as well. You know, add little candies and stuff like that in with the care package. And just leave it on everybody's desk that's going to be there. So, you know, they'll appreciate that. It's something they can throw in their book bag real quick. And if they like do one of these and like, oh shit, let me go to the bathroom, then maybe they'll start, you know, taking care of that and taking some initiative for themselves.
I'm putting that shit directly on Delray's desk. Right there in the middle of his desk. Who put this here? I don't know. Right there.
No, because you can't do that, because then that can lead to bullying. And you know, we have this whole anti-bullying thing that we got going on. So no, if you leave it for everybody in like a nice cute care package with some candies, like I said, some tissues and some hand sanitizer, some pencils or pens or whatever you want to put in there, that'll get your point across. It's something cute that can go in their book bag and hopefully they use. But that's what I would do.
There you go.
Hope that helps. And I think I'm done here.
All right.
You guys tune in next time for my segment, If It Were Lyric. And don't forget to send me all of your advice questions to my email, which is lyricbravado@gmail.com. And thank you for listening.
All right. So let's go ahead and Tiggerman's segment is up next, but since he ain't here, you trolling the timeline with us. We'll be right back.
Hey.
Boom. So here we go. Y'all ready for this? Okay. So I'm outside, me and one of my girls. So then my cousin pull up. Street nigga, life all over the place, well-groomed, nice haircut, designer clothes, designer shoes, don't got no money, still live with his mother, that type. So my girl goes, damn, your cousin fine. Hook me up, Lonnie. So I talk my shit. You know it runs in the family, but you don't want to fuck with that. Bitch, stay far away. Now, I don't know why when you tell a bitch he ain't no good for you, girl. He got 17 kids, cigarette burns on his ass, bumps on his inner thighs, his PP green. He don't got no car, no job, no money, bitch. He ain't no good. Bitch still giving. I work with him. So anyway, after I told that bitch, no, like Caesar, she fuck with him anyway. She get pregnant by him, and he tell her, like most of the niggas tell y'all, it ain't mine. You get a DNA test, you find out it is his. He still ain't doing what he's supposed to do. So now you don't like him, and your family want his head on the wall like a moose. Now your whole family don't like my cousin family because of all the shit that you done told your family about my cousin. Now your family is mad at my cousin family because of how my cousin treated you, blaming my family when they don't got shit to do with it. And then you have the audacity to invite me to the baby shower when your family don't like my family and I'm part of the family. So you want me to come to the baby shower with my gift, and while I'm going up to the table to get my food, the tuna salad, the deviled eggs, the chips, and all the other good shit that y'all gonna have while your whole family whispering and judging me. Then I catch whiff of what the fuck they doing. I pop slick out my mouth, and now they want to fight me, and I'm surrounded and outnumbered. So I gotta call my peoples, and they done sprayed this motherfucker, done turned the baby shower into a funeral, all because you was pre-warned not to fuck with this nigga in the beginning. I even played the song for you. No, 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 no. And bitch, you was like, yeah, 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 yeah. So unlike you, bitch, I listen. So no, I'm not coming to the baby shower because I can see all that happening. So what I'm going to do is send a gift, not for the baby, for you. Bitch, some hearing aids because you should have listened.
If it's on your timeline, he's already seen it. Time to troll with Tigger Man.
All righty, welcome to this week's segment of Trolling the Timeline. So, we are in for Tigger Man, and we're going to see if we can do this right. All right. Just so you know, go ahead and put out the disclaimer. These stories that we are sharing we are not journalists. It is not our intent to break news stories. We are simply responding to what it is that we are reading, and if you don't like it, well, you can just not turn this on. And yeah. We appreciate you for being here, though, for those of you that decide to spend time with us. So let's troll the timeline. All right, DC, let's see. Keith Lee snatched y'all ball and said, yeah, that mumbo sauce. Did you read this bullshit?
I did. Oh my gosh. So many people were so upset. I'm like... I know.
Keith Lee stormed through. Okay, so for those of y'all that don't know, I can speak for me, and from the tone that when we talked about Keith Lee at first, I think we on Keith Lee's side about how he be showing up to restaurants, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. I like him.
So do I.
I like him
because he's not doing anything that nobody else can't do. And people are, oh, what makes him qualified? What makes him qualified to take a bite and tell you whether or not he liked it? What makes him qualified to go to your restaurant and say whether or not you suck as a server? Like,
first of
what
all,
do you mean?
Let's be honest. All Keith Lee is a live review.
Anytime
Anytime you post on Google or the other thing,
Yelp,
yeah. Ain't that you giving your opinion on the business or the restaurant or the service? That's all he doing in real time. So y'all need to get off that man's nuts and let him be great with his family. Because guess what? He made a name for himself, and he's able to provide for his family.
He is
in the best way possible, and he ain't bothering not a nab nada.
And you know what I do like? I like the fact that, so when he showed up, first off, they pull up in a Sprinter. Didn't know this. Like, he on some, like, celebrity type shit. Yeah. Like, you pull up in a Sprinter, bitch, work. All right. Anyway, so he does that. And, like, when he goes into these restaurants, he doesn't always just show up by himself. Sometimes he'll send somebody else in to just record what their experience is. And he reports back. But even so, like when he came to DC, he said that, or when he went to DC, sorry, I still think I live over there. Habit. Anyways, he said that they visited like 12 restaurants. And each one of them, he spent a coin. It ain't like he went in and ordered 12 Big Macs. Like he went in and ordered family-sized meals and servings. So it's all right there. So any flack that y'all are getting back, because that mumbo sauce, he said 6 out of 10. Y'all keep that shit.
And that's another thing. He spends his own coin, but what people fail to realize is he brings light to some of these businesses. And the Keith Lee effect is real. I've seen it. I've seen these businesses grow and expand to where they have customers waiting all out the door. Not only that, he tips very well to some of the owners. Like some of these people are like damn near about to lose their business. And sometimes he'll pay to feed the community. I know when he was out here in DC, that carry out he went to, he paid for a lot of people's meals. Like ahead of time. Here, I'm gonna give you $1,000 feed as many people you can with this. That's the type of person he is. So I don't understand the hate, but get off that man's nutsack.
Indeed. He the overall summary, he pointed out that the dining culture in Washington, D.C. is excessively centered around alcohol. Hello. Alcoholics out the wazoo. It wasn't until I moved away from there that I stopped drinking, because I mean, literally everything is about drinks. And it's the culture. Let's pull that. Then you pre-game, then you game after the game.
Yeah.
Shit. And then you pass the fuck out and get up, party, and hope for the best.
It's true.
He said also the critique sparked. This overall critique sparked a debate amongst the local restaurants and food enthusiasts. So, I mean, overall, he gave a 6 to 10 to DC, where he came to Baltimore, and then that's where I actually live, for those of y'all that don't know. Anyways, he came over here and was like 9.2 out of 10 in looks and everything. And listen, in Baltimore, make no mistakes, you will get robbed by a motherfucking a rat pulling up next to you with knives jumping out of a Hellcat. So let's be completely honest on how Baltimore really is. But when he went in, he got the presentation, he got the service, and DC mad. So is what it is. All right. Next up, and culture. All right. And culture. Her dumb ass had something spicy to say about Tim Walz' son. So I don't even think we've spoken much on the election since our last show. So, I mean, y'all live in the world, y'all see what's happening. But for those of y'all that don't know who Ann Coulter is, she's a conservative political commentator. She's an author, she's a lawyer, she's a columnist. She's known for basically her provocative and like controversial statements. Basically, she has, let's see, she has best-selling books, including Goddess, The Church of Liberalism. So she's basically made a name for herself. Why do I keep saying basically? All right, she made a name for herself as a conservative, well, in my words, but Tim Walz, on the night of the DNC, that he was out there giving his speech. His son, obviously very emotional, as any kid would be. But for those that don't know, Tim Walz' son also struggles with autism, or is autistic, rather. And, I mean, it just was what it was. And a lot of people were upset and angry that Ann Coulter screenshotted a picture of his very emotional son, put it on the internet, and said, "Talk about weird." Those were her comments. Talk about weird, and then posted a picture of his obviously emotional autistic son. So first things first, Ann Coulter.
Smack that hoe.
And
first things first.
All right. So first things first. After the backlash, everybody was like, autistic son. Let's be clear. You shouldn't have been making fun of his son to begin with. Because certain things are just off limits, regardless to if he did not, or if he wasn't autistic. If he was just up there, why are you screenshotting people's children and using them to weaponizing someone's children and their response in an effort to boost political, just raggedy. Just raggedy. There's no other word for that. Who would even do something like that? Like, what did you think when you read this, or did you even hear about this?
I did hear about it, and I was disgusted. I was very much so disgusted. One thing about me is, I get it. People are going at it for politics. However, you have to have some coof with you, some tact. There has to be some of pride about yourself to not go so below the belt where you're being disrespectful to someone. If it can't stay on the topic, to me, I feel as though you're not qualified. If you can't, like Trump, for instance, he says the most off the wall shit that don't got nothing to do with nothing. You ask him a question and he says something completely different that don't have nothing to do with what you asked him to. To me, that's a sign of you being unqualified. And when people have to go that below the belt, when it comes to politics and stuff like that, I feel like you don't have no place there. Because what are you doing? This isn't high school. This is a high level of office that you want to be representing. This isn't like some sort of thing where you're calling somebody out doing this type of shit and having this type of behavior on display. Like, there's no place for it. And so I was appalled, of course. As a lot of people who don't know, I have a brother who is on the spectrum. And it's very offensive because, like, what are you trying to say? If you knew, autistic people are highly intelligent.
Extremely.
Even the nonverbal ones, highly intelligent. Some of them are working in these major corporations that you, like Apple, Microsoft, and a lot of those tech companies. They hire a lot of autistic human beings. So she needs to apologize for that shit, or get chin checked in the process. I don't know, because that shit was fucked up.
It really was. It was just disgusting on a level that I wasn't used to dealing with. Like, I don't know. It's just when white people start talking, period, it's always a thing of where you always think, like, they have this obsession with being perceived as perfect. And one of the most imperfect things you can do is come for someone's child that is developmentally, different. Like, why would you ever? Anyways, moving on. You said something about babies, so
yes. On another note, while we talk about people's kids, but let's talk about people's kids in a positive light. Oh, let's baby!
Pay attention, Ann.
Yeah, welcome to the world. Justin and Hailey Bieber welcomed a baby boy. And they named his baby boy Jack Blues. Aww. Which I think is really cute. At least it's not Demure.
Hold on. Oh, that's one of my trending topics. That's for later. But no, hold on. So also, how do you spell it?
Jack Blues? Exactly how it's...
Blues. Okay. I thought you meant it was... Okay.
Right. Also, congratulations in order for Ashanti and Nelly. They welcome a baby boy as well. They named him Kareem Kincaid Hayes. And earlier this week, Ashanti posted on IG showing the world her postpartum body that was not snatched by Dr. Miami, and all the women felt seen and appreciated for her display of realness, which I can always appreciate it, because let's be honest here, it takes 9 months to carry a baby. That snapback that people be acting like, oh, now I got a flat stomach in 2 weeks. It's not ideal. All women don't go through that and have the money to pay the surgeon to look like that. So kudos to her for presenting a real photo on what
it wasn't Zimpy either. Life. It wasn't Zimpy either, because y'all be out there wilding every time somebody drop weight. Ooh, is that Zimpy? Like, I stopped drinking drop weight. And people was like, do you do Ozempic? No, nigga. Like, are you serious?
Nope. She said she's taking her time to love on her baby, and she's not rushing to snap back immediately, which I love for her. Good for you, girl.
Y'all been out here doing it, because Joey Chavez and Trayvon Diggs are welcoming their baby girl.
Okay, congrats. Oh, baby.
Y'all fucking out here. Work.
Yeah, fucking like rabbits. Everybody pregnant.
Just out here. Just naked.
And then I have a rekindling alert. Ben Affleck was seen hanging with RFK Jr.'s daughter, Kik Kennedy, amid J-Lo's divorce filing briefly last week. Let's see. The two were linked previously in 2020. Oh, let's see how that unfolds. I just feel like y'all just got divorced. How are you out with somebody else so soon? I really wish people would take some time for themselves and heal. Like, you have to be in public with the next boo, like immediately after that. It just
fucking everybody is fucking.
It gives side bitch activities. It gives indecency.
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
Okay. So imagine my surprise this morning, right? When I woke up to the headlines that Tyrese has an honorary degree.
Child.
I said, who?
Tyrese, baby.
Not the same, not baby boy. Not the full-grown nigga being born and they didn't put him in the little amniotic fluid and all that bullshit. Like, oh no, not that.
Oh my gosh. I love that movie though. And speaking of Tyrese, I saw him in an interview this week.
I know.
Did you know he really had beef with Big Rames?
Wait. I don't think you're talking about the same
guy
thing.
who played his stepdaddy, who played Melvin and Baby Boy. He said that was a real moment. He said he does not fuck with that dude. He said even to this day, if you see him in public, it's like, fuck that nigga.
Wow.
And I laughed because I was like, when I was watching the movie, I was like, yo, it does look real though. Like I want everybody to go back and watch Baby Boy and just watch that scene and watch the
now
choke
you
out
got to
scene.
run up streams on Baby Boy. Jesus Christ of all.
Yep.
Next up, we are talking Roland Ray. He shares his testimonial post after recovering from pneumonia and a blood infection. So, Roland Ray, like,
oh my God.
Can we just talk about Jesus Christ? Every time I look up Roland Ray, is something horrible happening. What's going on, friend? Jesus. Woo.
I don't know, but
heart goes
somebody looked out for him because he bounced back like elastic, like
really
all the time.
And a shade room reports that he says God is good. He hopped on social media with an update regarding his health. He reveals that he was hospitalized after pneumonia and an infection, but is now recovering. So, like you said, somebody is definitely smiling from above. Also smiling, somebody else is dealing with a whole lot. Mariah. Heart goes out, girl.
Oh, yeah.
Over the past weekend. For those of y'all that don't know, Mariah, she took to social media to let us know that her mother and her sister both passed this past weekend in some tragic event. On the same day. It was an event. So, story's still developing as far as I know, but that's just that sucks.
That's horrible. Prayers up for her, because to deal with the loss of a parent is already tough, but to deal with the loss of a parent and your sibling on the same freaking day, I know she's going through it. So prayers up for her and her entire family.
We got to make this thing a little bit more out the sadness. Okay, I don't care enough about that. Don't care about that. Oh, y'all found a new word, demure. So let's talk about this. Y'all found a new word, and y'all just don't know how to act. So y'all will not let us forget about it. So apparently, this fashion trend has been popularized primarily by a content creator named Jules LeBron on TikTok.
Yep.
So LeBron, known for her satirical etiquette, and her satirical etiquette advice, uses the catchphrase "very demure, very mindful." And somebody told y'all, and y'all have not let it rest. Everything is demure now. Oh, so demure. It's so demure. I'm so sick of hearing it. And why? Oh, so, listen. I made the joke, because you know me. I made the joke on social media. I was like, there's somebody somewhere right now saying, I'm gonna name my baby Demure. And everybody laughed and commented and stuff until I got this one comment. Somebody chimed in and talk about. So that actually happened. And here's a screenshot. So y'all out here naming the babies Demure. Good luck with that.
Yep. Absolutely.
Wendy Williams spotted out with she's been shopping with her son.
Oh, okay.
Recent photos.
Good for
So
you,
that's
girl.
cute. I'm definitely good to see. It's good to see her out and about because old girl wasn't doing well there for a while.
She sure wasn't.
On a Trump trope, Isaac, Celine, and Beyonce all sent cease and desist because this fool decided to use their music in his election.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, in his campaign.
She said
So Celine sent a cease and desist. Isaac Hayes sent one, and Beyonce, which I thought was hilarious when I was watching the DNC. Because I'm sitting there looking, and all you hear is Isaac Hayes playing. All you hear is Celine Dion playing. All you hear is Beyonce. And then Trump tries to go and do the same thing. Y'all petty, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Speaking of which, Beyonce performed at my office break room the same night that she did the DNC.
Really?
Yeah, because that happened. Listen, I was pissed off because somebody said, okay, I'll be listening to people's bullshit online and I'll be like, she ain't gonna do that. She ain't gonna do that. But then I mistakenly took TMZ for serious and they posted, oh, Beyonce just spotted at the DNC. I was like, well, wait a minute. Maybe the dog did do something. Like, what's going on? No.
Nope.
Got it. She sent her people to say, leave me out of that. I'm not there. But she did though.
Oh,
yeah. She did in a speech in one of her events. She went ahead and gave her endorsement. She emphasized the importance of having strong, diverse voices and positions of power, and basically encouraged her fans and broader public to support Harris. So
that's good.
I was happy to see that. Yep.
That's good.
But what is this I'm hearing about Hulk Hogan and wrestling moves and my favorite VP? What's happening?
What you mean? I ain't heard nothing about him.
So Hulk Hogan has, got the Republicans and the MAGA supporters all riled up because he done snatched off a shirt in front of all of them and said that he supports Trump. Now, this is after he's already publicly, it's already been outed that he does not fuck with brown-skinned people. His daughter did that for him. But, to take it a step further, now he's outwardly supporting Trump and, asked the crowd, so do y'all want me to do wrestling moves on Kamala? I'm sorry, Kamala. They don't even call her Kamala. They call her Kamala, which I've seen a whole lot of y'all other blogging ass people that be sitting here listening to my shit and trying to rip. I've seen y'all call her Kamala out there. Stop that. Her name is Kamala.
Stop doing that shit on purpose. It's disrespectful.
It really is. And I'm not even gonna go there. All right, so actually that's all I have You know what? I'm gonna save Tyler Perry for my segment since I got to do my segment, and I'm gonna save him and his shenanigans for mine. So we're gonna take a break. Be right back.
Me and my family are still in the DMV, and there's a few things I want to talk about. So let's talk about it. I know we only posted about 3 spots from Washington, but we went to about 12, and we made a decision as a family and as a team, and also a personal decision to not post most of them. So out of those 12, I probably only got like 1 or 2 more that I'm gonna post. And the reason for that, a lot of those videos, in my opinion, aren't constructive at all. And before the narrative start, I'm gonna show a few clips of the places that we did go to. And again, I don't think they're constructive. So for privacy of the restaurants that we went to, I'm not gonna say what restaurant it is. I'm gonna just show you a little bit of our personal experience. It's the whiting with the sweet potatoes and mac and cheese. Unfortunately, I won't be trying any of it. As always, I ain't trying to be rude, I'm gonna just be honest. The smell of this, insane. This perforated the whole car immediately. So much so that my family went back in and asked if they fried it in the same grease that they did the shellfish. And come to find out, they do. And it smelled like it. It smells like shellfish. It smells like frozen fish. It smells like fish. It smells almost unedible, in my opinion. I don't want no smoke.
Spit it in there. Nobody will eat it.
The entire customer service experience, in my opinion and in my family's opinion, was completely unprofessional. It said on the IG that they opened at 1 o'clock. The truck didn't open up until 2:15. It took about 45 minutes. When they went back to go get the food, they saw her preparing it. No gloves, no washing hands, grabbing money, grabbing strawberries, grabbing Fruity Pebbles, and putting it on top of our food.
Some chicken tastes weird.
The reason there's no food in my hand is because a lot of the restaurants we've been recommended since we've been here look like this. And I'm not the target audience just based on the pictures.
With her hand! She was putting her hand in the cereal box. Her hand!
Another thing, we don't think they got running water. How is she cooking in the back? That's what I'm saying. How she cooking? How she cleaning?
And I did have a question. Do you guys have running water?
I ain't got no point to lie. We just out here eating food, praying, staying with our families, minding our business. We also went to a lot of places that were recommended. That's one thing that I really want to make clear in this video, is that we went to places that were recommended and we did a lot of research. We've been here for a week, and every day since we've been here, we've been in a Sprinter for at least 10 hours a day, just going around trying food, driving an hour to each spot. And since we've been here, we've been blessed enough to sow $30,000 to various restaurants around the DMV. So I don't appreciate it, and I don't think it's fair that we getting criticized for not doing research or not going to a lot of restaurants in DC or the DMV area. I've noticed how the media has been pushing since we've been here. A lot of media outlets picked up on the fact that I said restaurants out here, in my opinion, tend to lean towards promoting alcohol more than they promote food. That's been headlines more than us being in an actual city and being blessed enough to touch the people that we touch. We ran into a lot of people that was extremely nice. We even went to a comedy show randomly, but that's another reason why I'm keeping most of those videos, to protect the restaurant owners, because it's not going to be constructive and it's just going to be them getting tore down, and I don't want that. Past those 12 videos, I still got about 6 or 7, and I'm going to be releasing those throughout the next couple of days. I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
Marcus has your glimpse into a world without seasoning.
All right, so for this segment this week, I'm gonna call this Highbrow Negro. Okay. So did you hear about Tyler? And this, this ties into Tiggerman's segment also. So did you hear lyric about Tyler Perry when he went on Keke Palmer's new podcast?
No.
So Keke Palmer had a new podcast. Tyler Perry goes on there, and during this podcast, she goes into asking him about what people have been saying about his movies, because we all know Tyler Perry movies. Let's keep it a buck. Tyler got his run and he started making these movies that nobody else was doing, and it was great, and it showed a different style of black representation in cinema. And everybody banged with it, and we all were like, yeah, go Tyler, go. And then he brought this Medea character that was hilarious, and it was reminiscent of old black grandmas and everything. And it's fun, and it's been fun for all of these years. But the thing is, people are saying now, you keep telling the same stories over and over and over and over and over. And we're tired of them. We're tired of the angry black woman. We're tired. You do not write abused women well. Anyways, I'm sorry. Let me not get ahead of myself. Now, during this interview, these things were brought up. So as Kiki's, asking him about it, he's like, "Oh, let me stop you right there." And I'm paraphrasing. "Oh, let me stop you right there. Because these highbrow Negroes out here want to criticize men. Ain't nobody gonna, of course he throws in God, because anytime any heavy Christian person, it's been my experience at least, that anytime a heavy Christian person is challenged, the first thing they want to do is climb on the cross themselves instead of actually identifying the problem for what it is. Tyler, of course, stops Kiki right there. "Oh, well, let me stop you right there, because when God puts something in on you to do, and blah, blah, blah." And, of course, Kiki, "Yes, and amen," all of that. Because anytime Negroes hear Jesus or something, they get churchy, and all of a sudden, logic falls out of the conversation. So he basically deflected the conversation into it being about people attacking him personally. And for me personally, as a person that is a fan of some of his works, never have I come across personally a criticism of Tyler that does not include that he needs to hire more writers. And that is the criticism, and that's what he keeps dancing around. We're not saying, Tyler, that you suck, because at the very first thing the first thing that people say about Tyler Perry is that he keeps Black people employed. Am I lying? And he pays them their worth.
Yeah,
we love that about you, Tyler. That none of us are taking that from you. But to call somebody highbrow or highbrow Negroes because we give a criticism about the quality of the things that you have, like, we get it. You have a whole studio. You got a whole zip code. You have all of these things. Everything is filmed in Tyler Perry Studios. I have a running joke with my bae that every time we watch a movie, I'm like, filmed at Tyler Perry Studios, because we know that that's just how big you are. And nobody's taking that away from you. What we are saying is that we would like to see some work that does not solely come from you, sir, because there are certain perspectives that you can't write. And nobody's taking away from the contributions that you've already made, because it's like, I'm not going to dance around the fact that some of the church's, I guess, leniency on homosexuality has been largely because of your movies. Because Tyler Perry movies are typically the good Christian way to behave, so to speak. And that was air quotes. I mean, but they go to Tyler Perry movies to be bad. And it's like, in the Tyler Perry world, when you gay, don't nobody care about what was that last movie he did where the character, it was written to where you thought the character was gay. Like, none of us actually thought he was gay, but it was written to where it was like, oh, well, he might be gay. And then, like, the old man was sitting there making jokes about gay jokes all the time. And then only to come out that later on, he's not even dating the dude. And so it's like, oh, Medea coming in. Oh, well, baby, don't nobody care that you're gay, and all these kinds of things. Like, for me, Tyler writes like, do I want to put that out there? But he writes out there. Let me say, it looks like he's writing in ways that he wishes that people would respond to some of his own experiences, perhaps. I'm just saying. But if you look at it and how the narratives go, it's usually like that. That's neither here nor there. Either way, what I'm saying is that it's not highbrow to come up with the criticism that says, hey, Tyler, stop showing us the same shit over and over. It is not a flex for somebody to tell me about Divorce in Black. Oh, just watch the first 7 minutes and then you'll get it. No, I'm sure we've all seen that. Oh, just watch the first 7 minutes of Divorce in Black that just came out.
I saw it.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I did.
Okay.
It was actually good.
Oh, okay. You are the only person that I've seen. There's a crowd for it.
Listen, You have to realize who you're watching.
Exactly.
And to be honest, I don't take a lot of stuff seriously when it comes to his movies. I watch it for entertainment purposes, and I get, his comments they could have been worded a little better. But some of y'all be going so hard on this man, and the reason why I'm not one of those people, is because I realize where he came from and where he is now. This man was homeless. He wrote his first play on a napkin.
And nobody is taking that away.
This is real. So when people say all of this stuff, you don't have to watch it though. Like just don't watch it.
You don't.
Because to be honest, do we do this to these white producers of movies when they come out with less satisfying movies, and we feel like we gotta drag them to hell?
I do.
Majority do not. But everybody drags Tyler Perry for filth. First, before it was his writing. Before his writing, they talked about the quality of his wigs that he had in his movies. For years, this was a topic.
And now he has Beyonce level wigs. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But you know what? And nobody is taking that away. In everything that you said, everybody says that, but they also say, "Hey, Tyler, we want to hear. We understand that you wrote it on a napkin. We don't still need napkin quality movies now, Tyler. If you want our money, if you want our support, because we are your customers. That is what they are. Movies are for entertainment. Nobody's saying Tyler Perry's doing bad business. People are saying, if we are coming to you with our dollars for entertainment, entertain us. These are the things that we're asking for." It isn't.
Some people are a one-trick pony, and that's all they got. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and if he don't feel like he want to hire writers, then don't.
And you know what? He doubled down. He doubled down on it too, because he said, "You know what? There are people that love my movies and they support me and all of that, and nobody is going to take that from him." There are people there. But like you said, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Guess who didn't? Me.
Period.
That's it. That's all.
But I watched it and I laughed through the entire fucking movie from beginning to end. It was comical, even though it was supposed to be serious. I had a good old laugh. Like my stomach hurt. Like it was funny.
My stomach hurts for different reasons. Second half of the show is up now. We'll be right back.
If you are from Texas, please do not take this lightly. The governor has announced that they have 1 million uneligible voters removed from the state voter rolls. This is 65,000 voters who failed to respond to a notice of examination was just removed today. 19,000 voters who requested to cancel their registration. 143,000 who responded to an address confirmation notice that they would have moved. I'm talking about 1 million individuals have been disenfranchised from doing their civic engagement. 6,509 citizens, 5,000 voters who have a felony conviction. For everybody that's trying to rally behind the convict and say that you all about convicts, look at how they treating the other convicts. You see what I'm saying? I'm all for being critical about how we talk about individuals having felonies, but do not be lost in the sauce. The individuals that's trying to get you to rally to vote for a felony is trying to take away your right to vote because you have a felony. Don't think deeply about shallow shit at all. You feel me? This is a public notice over 1 million. It say 1 million. That what they. I wouldn't go check your voter registration and make sure when you show up to the post, you can do your thing. Tell everybody.
Take us to work. Take us on the go. Take us wherever you go. WRTR Real Talk Radio.
All righty, we're back. Welcome to the second half of the show here on WRTR Real Talk Radio. Me and Lyric are chilling, taking it all in. Yep. All right, so can we discuss this AI and this algorithm and how they have just... All right. Algorithms have completely changed the way that we actually get media. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so what I'm saying is that like a lot of us have already cut the cords, meaning cable, otherwise. And a lot of our media is through our phones. And let's be honest, there's a lot of us out here in the struggle to where, I mean, you know, you barely got that. So all of our, you know, with all of these different platforms and stuff adopting algorithms, do you believe that it's been like, you know, I don't know. For me, my theory is that it stunts the amount of, or how smart, quote unquote, we can get unless we actually actively go out and seek the information. Do you believe that? Because I look at my algorithm and the stuff that I view versus, or the stuff that the algorithm shows me versus the stuff that it may show someone else with, you know, a different life or a different lifestyle.
I think it makes people lazy, to be honest with you. There's AI for freaking everything.
It really is.
Talk to your smartphone. You can talk to your Alexa device. Hopefully she doesn't answer.
I'm sure she will.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
On Facebook now, you don't even have to like use your own words anymore. They have an AI thing where you can type it and sound more professional, sound more funny. I feel like it's taken the humanity out of us. Kind of like,
wait, hold on. It can edit the Facebook comments now? Wait.
Yes, you didn't know that?
No.
On your post, you can type in what you want to say, and then you can go and it gives you the option for AI to clean up your message and make it more funny, make it more inspirational, make it more professional. It's wild. It's
wait, so wild. It's not just like for spell check or like for like people adding comments or commas and
no, they changed the entire message.
Wow.
And it's weird, and I don't like it because it takes away a person's creativity and individuality and what they're saying and their thoughts. I don't like that.
And it makes it deceiving because see, I'm a person, I like people and I gravitate to people that, you know, like words. Because we like words, we like word play, we like word puns. It's fun. Yeah. And I gravitate towards those people. So let me find out some of y'all dumb and I don't know it. Let me start scrolling through some old posts of yours and see if you know your ABCs, bitch.
Lying on you.
I know that's right. So, but the point that I was making is that I'm seeing a lot more extremists and stuff pop up out of nowhere. And I think a lot of them are gassed by these AI algorithms. Like, I think it's doing more harm than good because you're not being shown a variety of information. You never see anything that's condescending to, or, you know, in opposition of what it is that you actually believe. So a lot of times people are just being fueled and gassed by their algorithm and don't even know why. And I think a lot of these extremists and stuff are being born or birthed from these kinds of things.
Yeah.
No, just random.
I mean,
thoughts.
Anytime you get a whole bunch of hype posts about something and you really don't have a life.
Right.
That's something you're going to keep watching because one, you're gravitated to it. So yeah, I completely understand.
It makes me miss the one size fits all kind of broadcast because I mean, you know, there was a time that a family sat down and everybody was watching the same thing. We all kind of intook things, and then you went to the next day and you go and talk about it. Like just even in our conversation today, I'm sitting here telling you things that have never come across your timeline. You telling me things that have never come across mine. It's weird. And it'd be out in some of y'all because listen, if you do presentations on the regular and you choose YouTube or any of these other things to reference any of your material, but you want to use that screenshot on a wide scale and let everybody see it, before you click skip ad, or you might want to click skip ad before you show it to people, because you got people popping up with prep ads now that is marketed to gay men. And if you don't want everybody in the room to know that you gay, why is the algorithm showing you prep ads?
First of all, speaking of, they showed a trifling ass commercial.
Who? Prep?
I believe so.
Oh, what?
I can't remember everything that was said in it, but it was basically like you could fuck everybody on this type of shit. Like, it was weird. I don't like the way that
they never word it like that. But you know what? I have seen ads and I thought the same thing, and I was like, well, is this really the impression that we want to give? Because that's not what that's for.
Right. And I'm like, what are y'all doing?
It doesn't mean take this pill and go out and be reckless. That's not what this means. This means it's extra in addition to the already things that you should be doing, or things that you should already be doing, rather. And wow, but I've seen a lot of those commercials that literally go into that, and it does unnerve me. Sometimes it pisses me off because I'm like, we do not need this. Who asked for any of this?
No.
All right, so let's get into your questions in the Y-Files. We'll be right back.
As a lesbian, a feminist, someone who doesn't want children, someone who rejects traditionalism, I would be the exact person that conservatives say is an enemy to motherhood and the nuclear family. This conversation has resurfaced since J.D. Vance made comments about the left being composed of childless cat ladies and that people with children should have more voting power. What's ironic is that I can certainly say that I care more about mothers and children than any conservative politician, parent or not. I care so much about motherhood that if I had it my way, there would be no such thing as unpaid maternity leave, nor would women only get 6 to 12 weeks. I would be glad for some of my taxes to go towards paying them for at least a year. I also believe that because dominant society says that moms belong at home with their children, stay-at-home moms should be legally protected as domestic laborers and not have their well-beings just left up to their husbands. I care so much about motherhood that I want single moms to be set up for success as well and not just written off as statistics. I care so much that healthcare should be free. It's egregious that it costs thousands to give birth at a hospital. I value moms so much that I wish we paid more attention to Black women and our disproportionate rates of maternal mortality, or the pregnant women being slowly starved to death in occupied Palestine. Now, real quick, let's talk about how much I care for children. I care so much about children that I would like to decrease their chances of being shot in math class. I care so much about children that I cannot be patriotic towards a country that helps fund their massacre and them being detained at border facilities. I care that some children only get food at school, but conservatives object to free lunch programs. Or that Black children are at the bottom of every statistic due to systemic inequality. I care about children getting comprehensive sex ed and history that is not watered down for conservative comfort. I care about children so fucking much that I don't think they should have to be raised as consequences for sex or by people who aren't prepared to have them, which is why I advocate for abortion access. And I have to ask how parents should get more voting rights when we can't even trust some of you to have your own children's best interest at heart. Some of you look into the eyes of your daughters every day and you still think that a 10-year-old should be forced to carry their abuser's child to term. More voting rights, my ass.
Why do you have roaches?
The Y-File.
Why do my children hate me?
On WRTR Real Talk Radio.
Why did my vagina burn?
The truth is out there.
Explaining the unexplained. We're answering why. It's the questions you want to know by taking your tweets at WRTR Radio. We take your emails at WRTRradio@gmail.com, and we take your Facebook messages over on our Facebook page, WRTR Real Talk Radio. This is the Y-Files. Remember, the truth is out there. I got 2, you got 2, you said?
Yep.
All right. Ladies first.
All right. Mark from Northwest DC wants to know, why do some pastors lie about tithes and offering as far as where it goes and what it's really used for? Oh, wow. That's how we going to start it off. Well,
nice Rolex you got there, Pastor. What was that, a Rolls Royce? Time. Looking kind of nice,
you got a plane? Oh my
10%,
God.
10%.
Oh, look at this Look at this 6-7 bedroom house. This is nice.
How large is your congregation? Interesting.
Listen, I don't know why they lie, but guess what?
The truth is out there.
The truth is out there.
All right, so I actually crafted one of my own. That's why it comes from me.
Okay.
And this comes from me right here in Baltimore. It says, why the chalk outline finish on the haircut? Why? Why are we doing this? Okay. So I was watching the Low Down Dirty Thing, and I saw the haircuts and stuff, and I saw the little glistening and everything, and I was like, you know what? I miss the old, because you know what? We had the little oil sheen finish back in the day. And I don't want to be one of those uncles that complains about the younger generation, but I cannot get my head around this line that y'all are putting around y'all's head. Why? Why?
It's giving dead body outline.
It's giving crime scene. What happened? Like, what's happening, friends?
We're having a funeral for your edges. I don't know.
I mean, are the roaches like driving around? Should they be is there traffic on your face? Like, what's happening?
It's weird. It really is weird, though. I've always wondered who was the first person to decide that this was okay.
I hate it.
Got it.
They should be beaten.
I mean, period.
I mean, they shouldn't, because I don't want y'all to go out here and beat somebody and be like, Michael Felders beat you down. Don't do that.
Verbal beating, if you will.
There you go.
Because what?
The truth is out there. Yours turn.
Okay, mine comes from Jakari from PG County. And he wants to know, why do girls take so long in the bathroom?
Why don't boys take longer in the bathroom?
This is my son. And I told him, I said, women are more expensive than boys. We just are. Everything for us is way more expensive than you guys. And it takes us longer to get ready. We have to do our hair, we have to do our makeup, our beauty routine, our bathing, our showering, getting ready routine. It's just a longer process than most men. Because I ain't going to say all, because some of y'all men be taking a long time in the bathroom too.
And still be stinking. How does that happen? How does that work? Because I don't know why.
He took like an hour in the bathroom. He had 2 different washcloths for different parts of his body. He had to do this cologne setting ritual that he did.
Not the booty wag and the face wag.
It was a lot. I was like, I can't. How am I getting ready faster than you? This is a problem.
Word booty rag. Oh, why?
Because the truth is out there.
All right. So last one, Brian from Washington, D.C. wants to know, why is there such a thing as blacks for Trump? What the fuck? Have you seen it?
We all want to know why.
I saw today, logged on to Twitter.com, and I saw a man and a woman. One of them had dreads. The man had the dreads. Woman sitting next to him. Big ass shirts. Niggas for Trump.
Bye.
I almost threw my phone across the room. It's in my stories right now and on my Facebook page if y'all want to look it up. But it's right there. It's not fake. It's right there. And it took me back. Like, what are y'all? Okay. Yeah, you see it? It's right there.
I know you fucking lying.
It's right there.
Ooh, y'all so ignorant. Oh, and y'all got to make America great again hats to match.
But you know what? The comments are like, people are saying, oh, well, you know, they just doing it for a check and this, that, and the third. And I'm sure that there are certain people that are like, well, fuck this shit. I ain't gonna vote for him. But shit, a check is a check. And you know what? That very well may be the case. And I can almost see where that would be cool if you did not know what the stakes were in this election. So even if you are at the belief, because let me be honest, the Biden, well, you know what? I'm not going to be counterproductive to what I'm saying. And what I will say is that if you don't believe that Kamala is the end all be all and all of that, there's only two people running for president right now. One of them is not her. And the one that is not her has done everything in his power to show you exactly who he is. People out here talking about, I need to do my research. I need to do my research. All the I need to do my research niggas have been getting on my nerves. Because all of them feel like they have a political opinion that none of us asked for. But they have this weird ass little, oh, I'm a loner. I'm not going to do it this way. Watch me. I'm different. I'm not going to be a slave to the rhythm like y'all are. You're talking about a lunatic that is decided that he is going to abolish voting altogether. And our janky ass political system has made it to where the next person that is elected president has the power to make that happen.
Yep.
What aren't you getting? What's not clicking? So, don't know what's happening there with y'all, but seriously, the I need to do my research niggas, get it together.
Immediately.
Why? Because the truth is out there. And that wraps it up for this week's Why Files. Always answering why for you at WRTR Radio on Twitter. Up next, we got news to make you nauseous.
I privated my last video about Sonya Massey because there's talk of an AI video going around, and though I did watch the one from the news, I don't even want to risk the chance of being irresponsible with this, so I'm better safe than sorry. And I'm also beginning to be uncomfortable with the fixation on the pot in general. I feel like, at least for a portion of us, the pot is being centered because we're trying to get ahead of any opportunity that somebody can take to justify this murder. We know that being perfect victims is the closest we'll ever get to empathy. But what's getting lost is that there is no justifiable reason that Sonya Massey should have been murdered. Anybody who justifies it just wants to, just like that pig killed her because he wanted to. And the part of the video that I can't stop thinking about, I honestly wish I had never watched it, is the shock on her face when he escalated to threatening her. She tried so hard to make it out of that interaction alive. Which is why I stand by the main sentiment of the other video. If you have made yourself comfortable justifying state violence, even for victims that you don't perceive as perfect, then you are possibly preparing a defense for your own murder as well. When you can be shot during a traffic stop, a wellness check, a mental health crisis, while sleeping in bed, while being a child playing in a park, while calling for help, there is no such thing as simply complying. So again, if it was Sonya Massey, then why not any of us? I didn't see her throw a motherfucking thing, but even then, any other scenario, if there is somebody in your home threatening you with a weapon for no reason, you have a right to respond with equally fatal force. That someone would also have the option to retreat if they feel threatened. He was in her fucking house. If you fatally harm a cop, that's a capital charge easy, baby. Your life is over. And if they are placed on such a pedestal that they cannot be treated like an average citizen, then as somebody who swore to protect and serve when they kill unjustly, then their punishment should be harsher than the average citizen. With power comes responsibility.
And now,
Say what?
News to make you nauseous on WRTR Real Talk Radio. Let's go.
So these are some of the stories you might not read about in the New York Times, the Washington Post, or the Wall Street Journal. It's news to make you nauseous. Alrighty, and Lyric, I want you to fact check me on this one. You ready? You got your Googles available?
Oh, let me get it. Yep.
All right. Say what, Butler County, Pennsylvania?
Say what?
Y'all, there are no public details regarding a funeral for Thomas Matthew Crooks, the would-be assassin of Donald Trump, or would-be assassination attempt of him, Donald Trump. Fact check me. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking.
Thomas Matthew Crooks, because yeah, find something.
Funeral? I don't see nothing.
He died a little while ago.
Sure did.
Now, I'm not one for conspiracy theories or anything else, but our last episode from Ears to Fears, if y'all go back and listen to that, you kind of know where I stand on all of this bullshit and how I feel about it being bullshit. And where this nigga funeral? How come we've heard nothing further about him or anything since then? Why did you gasp? Is there danger? Should we be running?
No. You want to know something weird?
Go ahead.
I was able to find an obituary funeral, but not for Thomas Matthew Crooks, for Matthew Thomas Crooks, who died in 2003. Coincidence?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
Coincidence or no? Oh, that's wild!
I am nauseous. I'm nauseous because this nauseates me, because if this was if this was fake and that old retired fire department worker died just to put on stunts and shows for Trump and his bullshit, I'm going to be extremely upset. What are you showing me? Barely. What are you showing me?
Matthew Thomas.
Oh yeah, that's not
weird.
It is.
That's weird. And he was young.
Well,
I don't know. Let me shut up, cause
just saying, I have heard nothing. It's literally nothing. And I've looked. I asked Google about it. The AI chat thing, I asked about it. Nothing. There are no official. Nothing. Nothing. Look it up. So, anyways, your turn.
All right, my turn. Say what? Prince George's County, Maryland.
Say what?
Yes, I said Maryland.
Hell.
A Maryland teacher is charged with sexual abuse of a girl under 10 years old. A teacher at Cooper Lane Elementary School in Landover.
I thought you said Cougar.
No.
I was about to say, this is some bullshit here. Go ahead.
In Landover Hills is in custody and facing multiple charges, which include sexual abuse of a minor and possession of child pornography.
Wow.
The suspect is 44-year-old Mark Cobb of Bowie. The victim is a girl under the age of 10 years old who is the suspect's former student. Detectives were notified of the allegations against Cobb on August 25th, 2024, so a couple days ago. Wow. It was later learned that the suspect was texting with the victim between June 2023 and August 2024.
What is up with the creep text?
Child, I don't know, but first of all, if she's under 10, what's she doing with a phone? And why are you not monitoring it every single fucking day?
Oh, I'm not gonna blame the parents. I'm gonna blame the predator, but still.
I ain't gonna blame the parents, but come on now. You these days, because of stuff like this, you have to stay on top of these kids' phones.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Pay attention.
During that time, Cobb asked for and received sexually inappropriate photos of the victim.
Wow.
Cobb was arrested on Monday. After obtaining a search warrant, detectives recovered items of evidence from his home. He is charged with sexual abuse of a minor, 9 counts of possession of child pornography, and child pornography promoting distribution with intent to possess.
Wow.
In a letter sent to the
Hold on, you said with distribution? So he sent this to other people?
Yes.
So it's a whole circuit of y'all just weirdos. See?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I guess what they were saying is he was trying to sell them. In a letter sent to Cooper Lane Elementary School families, Principal Dr. Micah Pate called the news deeply unsettling. I want to assure you that the safety and well-being of our students is our top priority, and any behavior that brings harm to a student will not be tolerated, the letter reads. Our school is fully cooperating with the law enforcement as they conduct their investigation. However, due to the nature of the investigation, there is a limitation on the information we can share at this time. Wow. Dr. Pate is encouraging parents to be vigilant about their children's digital activities, what I just say, and online safety, because that's important.
It is.
Can't help what you don't know. So you got to stay on top of those kids with these electronic devices.
That's so crazy. Like, wow. And you said PG County. Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. I graduated from a PG County school. Ooh.
Well, they out here doing the absolute worst.
Listen, there was nonsense going on back in the day. Anyways. If you want these and more nauseating news stories, make sure you follow us on Twitter at WRTR Radio. I'm at MARCUSSMOOT. That's Marcus Smoot.
Hey, y'all. And this is Miss Lyric Bravado. You can find me on Twitter, now called X, but only for a limited time. Also, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and I'm really loving TikTok right now. So you can find me there.
TikTok is the biz.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is.
All right.
Find me on all of those platforms.
All right. Up next, Real Talk. Be right back.
There was a time when a woman's opinion did not matter. If you were black, white, Mexican, Asian, Muslim, educated, poor, or rich. If you were a woman, it did not matter. Less than 100 years ago, women did not have the right to vote. Look how far we've come from having no voice to being on the brink of making history. Again, by electing the first woman president. Yes. But we have to vote. The world looks to us as a progressive country that leads change. 8 years ago, I was so inspired to know that my nephew, a young black child, could grow up knowing his dreams could be realized by witnessing a black president in office. And now, we have the opportunity to create more change. I want my daughter to grow up seeing a woman lead our country. And know that her possibilities are limitless. We have to think about the future of our daughters, our sons, and vote for someone who cares for them as much as we do. And that is why I'm with her. If you are ready for freedom, make some noise.
Keeping it 100. It's Real Talk. On WRTR Real Talk Radio. We keep it real.
So let's go ahead on and kick off Real Talk. So this week I wanted to talk about all of these celebrity endorsements and performances during these campaign rallies. And, gatherings, cult gatherings, whatever you want to call them. Are they helpful or harmful to the overall political climate right now, in your opinion? So I kind of want to get into things.
In my personal opinion, I'm just looking at it as entertainment. It could be some people could look at it as harmful. Me, I'm just looking at it as just entertaining the crowd while you wait for all of the other stuff to happen. Like, honestly, it can be a good thing depending on who it is. I think she brought Megan Thee Stallion out, and some people had their say that, oh, why would you bring Megan? All she does is shake her ass. She's not a good role model, and this, that, and the third, and blah, say blah, whatever the case may be. However, she is an influence of the younger generation.
Right.
And whether we like it or not, that she chooses to shake her ass, that's how she entertains the people.
Exactly.
And in any way, shape, or form to get the youth to come out and engage in using their voice to vote, I look at that as positive across the board.
Okay.
Now, am I surprised that certain celebrities are sided with certain individuals? No, I am not, because you have to look at who these people are. Like Sexy Red, for instance.
Who is managing Sexy Red? Who is managing her?
She loudly and proudly supports Trump. But she also influenced a lot of these ratchets out here. So it could go either way. Mostly, I'm excited about people just coming out and being excited to vote, because there was a time where we wasn't given that right. Like, we really had to fight for this. And there's a lot of African Americans who still to this day say that they've never voted, or they have no plan on voting because they feel like everything's rigged. I just feel like if more celebrities would come out and actually be more informed and actually say things to the public versus just shaking and gyrating and stuff like that, I feel like that would be a better look for the people, and more helpful for the people who have never voted or have no plans to vote, to maybe possibly change their mind. Because if you look up to this celebrity and you like what they're doing, you follow their music and this, that, and the third, you have more of a chance of following what they do if they bring forth a positive message. So I think there needs to be more of that. I don't mind the entertaining aspect of it, but be more informed with stuff when you come out. Don't be like Amber Rose, just getting up here flip-flopping. She don't know what the fuck she's saying. Like, come on, girl.
Well, with Amber Rose, for me, and this is just a sidebar, for Amber Rose, I think it's more so transphobia than anything. Because remember, I really do, because she had tweeted something about, oh, they want men in women's sports, and I've decided to support Trump and all this other stuff. So, I mean, it's a completely different reason for her, but she's gone down this war path, and her and Candace Owens getting together. It's just a mess. Anyways, for me, when we talk about political pandering with celebrities, it's never been a desire or, a sway from me either way to see some of, like Sexy Red, for example. I would never go to Sexy Red for political commentary. I don't care. I don't. Now, as far as the helpful or harmful thing, helpful to me, because now, like the girl that I once supported, because, I don't mind women being sexual and, stepping on the scene and being like, hey, you know what? I can be sexual and I can, get business done. And I'm always typically going to root for the underdog. And that is usually women. However, but with her, I'm happy that she showed me who she is, because it was never a problem for me to never have to turn on a Sexy Red record ever again. Like, never to hit play on anything else that she's doing. Never. So, but political pandering, as from a grand scale, it's never really curled all the way over for me, because I don't want. I get the need for it. Okay, so I get that the same people that may have their televisions glued to MSNBC all day. Those are probably not the same people that or may not be the same people that are listening to a Sexy Red or even a Lil Wayne. But even with that, he came out in support of Trump, and people are just, oh, I can't believe. How could you not? Beat it like a cop, ride the kingdom, said beat it like a cop. Really? Are you surprised? Are you shocked? Because I feel like we kind of knew. But anyway, with all of it, I do believe that it is helpful for some, harmful for others. So I get the bringing in the new generation and the younger generation, because you may want to hear, I guess didn't she have Quavo up there?
Yeah.
So Quavo, you might want to hear how he walk it like he talk it when it comes to Kamala. But
my thing is, sometimes you have to meet people where they're at. Also, you know what I'm saying?
With that.
And so I get it. I might not agree with the way that it's done all the time. However, I know that it's not for me.
Right.
I know that some people need that, and I can still appreciate that.
Yes.
Even if I don't agree. You do. You just have to meet people where they're at. And if it takes for a celebrity like Quavo or Megan Thee Stallion to come on a stage and be like, hey, vote for this person, do this, that, and the third, go out, I'm all here for it, because what may inspire one person may not, and that's okay,
Sure. Well, there you go. Well, I guess we'll wrap up this week's edition here on WRTR Real Talk Radio. Hopefully you all will keep the conversation going amongst yourselves. Tweet us. Let us know what you think. We appreciate the feedback. We don't always say the kind of things that you say on air because, it's hard sometimes. I don't like to get mushy on air. But we do appreciate the things that you guys say and tweet and send us in our inboxes and otherwise. So, all right. Should we end on a poetic note? Should we end on an inspirational note? What are we doing?
Let's be inspirational.
All right. Remember, every day you have a choice. You can focus on all the many reasons why you should be angry and or sad, or you can just focus on the so many reasons why you should just be grateful and happy. Choose wisely. We'll see you all next time, right here on WRTR Real Talk Radio. See ya!
WRTR Real Talk Radio.
This week's show features talents from TikTok creators Chris the Author, I Am Lonnie B, The Conscious Lee, and Keith Lee, using our platform to amplify your voices.